our latest contacts with President Trump, with the American administration in Anchorage, it showed that the new administration hears us, because before, when we had contacts with the previous administration, with President Biden, when we spoke about this, no one wanted to listen to us, no one wanted to hear us. Now we can see that there is an understanding from the other side, and we are glad to see this, and we hope that this constructive dialogue will continue. As for any aggressive plans by Russia against Europe, once again, I would like to emphasize that it is utter nonsense that has no grounds. As for the attacks against the energy infrastructure perpetrated by Ukraine, for a long time, nothing was done against civilian infrastructure, especially during the winter period. And we have tolerated it for a very long time when Ukrainian forces were attacking our civilian sites. Only after that we started to respond in kind. And, well, yes, we are responding in earnest. This is true. Ukraine's membership in the EU, we have never objected this. As for NATO, it's a different matter. But here, we are speaking about ensuring security of the Russian Federation, not only today, not only in the midterm, but also in the long term. Our position in this regard is well known. We believe it to be unacceptable. Of course, it's up to Ukraine. How do they want to ensure their security? But this security, as it's stipulated in foundational documents, security documents that concern Eurasian security, one country's security cannot be ensured at the expense of someone else, in this particular case, at the expense of the Russian Federation. So there are some options for ensuring Ukraine's security, and we have also discussed this in Anchorage, and I believe we can find a compromise in this regard. I would like to bring you some good news. You know that we are a NATO member and EU member, but we believe that it's just the space where we are. I'm not one of those politicians who is going to tell you long tales. I'm going to speak directly and frankly. Yes, we may have different views on various matters, and we discussed these visits. We were talked against making these visits both when we traveled to Moscow and when we traveled here, so probably the media would laugh, but I started telling a story about a frog or about a toad. Sometimes I have an impression that many people in the European Union are like that frog that are sitting at the bottom of the well, and they cannot see what's happening there outside because the world is different from what they believe it is. And I'm very disappointed that in the European Union, despite I have utmost respect for the European Union, but it cannot react to the tensions in the world. And I fail to understand some decisions the European Union is making. So I would like to say directly, outright, that we are interested in standardizing relations between the Republic of Slovakia and the Russian Federation.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.